Okay, Miss O'Hearn, I'm here to talk to you about my lesson, the lesson that we taught in week 3, which was actually yesterday, April 9th. Okay, the TASC standard, the candidate works with others to create environments that support individual and collaborative learning, encourage positive social interactive, active engagement learning, and self-motivation. Okay, I believe that, without going out on a limb, I do this in all my lessons. I got a little more creative yesterday. We were working, we were doing the angles, measuring angles, and we were using protractors. And it was pretty much new to a lot of the kids. Some of them had some experience, but I think it's always a tough one for them when they have to like line things up and they're using fine motor skills and that type of thing. So I started off with again with some vocabulary. I drew a ray on the board. Asked, "What is this? What are you telling me?" Of course, I got it's a line with an arrow, this type of thing. I go, "No, there's actually a word for it, guys. What is it?" I go, "Begins with an R." "Oh, ray." So then they started to get it. And then I put a separate ray going downward, and I said, "What's this?" "Oh, it's a downward arrow." And I go, "Well, no, actually, it kind of looks like this. So what would we call it?" And it's okay, it's a ray. And then I connected them. And I go, "So what do we have now?" And it's a right angle. And I go, "Yeah, it is a right angle. But what actually have we created by joining two rays?" "Yeah, an angle." That's and this is what these two lines now have in common. So we went from there, and then we drew some on. I drew an obtuse and an acute, just so they remembered those words, and they were pretty good with that. Then I called a few students up to the board to measure with the protractors that they're clear, and a little bit rusty at first, but as soon as they get it, they all want to come up to the board, which is fine, because then they're all kind of at the same thing. They're all getting excited. And then we had a worksheet that they had smaller protractors. They worked on it. They asked questions. Jada got it. She's good at it. She got up and helped some of the other girls, and it was a great learning environment. Then of course we had the fire drill at some point in the middle there. I left that in the videotape, just so they know I'm actually working at a school. Yeah. And then we went outside. And I had them draw angles. I had a pair up. They each drew one angle, an obtuse and acute, each person in the group. Then we switched the groups, and they went out and measured each other's.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Okay. Of course, they were pretty serious about it. They got it done, but you put chalk in a kid's hand, and you're not just going to get the the angles. You're going to get hearts and all kinds of things. So no, it was the energy was up. They actually, even Karma said to me after the class, she goes, "God, I wish math was that fun every day." I go, "Well, we'll try." But
yeah, that's
so
great.
I really thought I hit that standard with the environment that engaged active engagement and learning. And so that's week 3. I'll be moving on. If you have any suggestions or.
No, that was a great lesson. I mean, the kids came back into class super excited, and just when you had told me about it, when I used your ideas and had the kids in here drawing on paper and rotating through groups and measuring each other's angles, and that is a great way to have collaboration and kids working together, and they like to look at each other's work and work together, and the whole lesson was really good.
I mean, I think it's great with math that, so many kids say, I hate math. And like, we know the only reason they don't like it is because they're not understanding it. But once they understand it, it's like, wow, I know how to do this. And it actually can become fun to them because everybody likes to get things right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and it's so important to keep that 21st century skill of collaboration going all the time, even in math. Because they really need that.
It's important in every subject that we have. Like the kids, they got to work together. And then in life, right, we have to work together.
Exactly.
So, and some of us do it better than others, but
yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you mesh all these different personalities, it's hard to, personalities and egos, and it's hard to find a really good mix sometimes. So.
Yep. No, this was a great lesson, and you could tell that they understood because they were able to easily measure each other's angles once they got outside. So.
Yeah. I guess a little bit. We had a little bit of a problem because they don't know sometimes which row on the protractor to read. So that's where they have to know. Well, if it's obtuse, it's not going to be 40 degrees because they can look and see an obtuse angle. So then they know they have to take it to the second line on the protractor. So
Right.
that would have been the only thing that was a little bit of a snag. But
Yeah, and
by the end of the day, they were.
the kids in my class had that too, and I think they just need to. It'll just be repetition, and that'll come around easily. Great.
Okay, well, this is 3 out of 12, Miss O'Hearn. Thank you.